on TMZ.
Well, Taylor Swift is sharing the love. What she did for the NFL, she's now trying to do for hockey.
Taylor and Travis are at the Stanley Cup game.
I feel like there's trouble in paradise. Travis is on his phone. It is Taylor Swift. You sit there, full attention.
For him, it's not Taylor Swift.
To him, it's my naggy girlfriend, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Kanye West showed up at court to support Diddy.
He was in the overflow room.
He did not expect to be in the overflow room. He wanted to be in the court.
You know who's really happy that he's in the overflow room? The judge.
He just goes up there and grabs the mic from the judge.
Antonio Brown is a wanted man for attempted murder over that incident at Aiden Ross's event last month. Cops allege Brown gets into an altercation with the man. A security guard kind of wrestles with Antonio. Brown allegedly takes the guard's gun and shoots at the man who he was quarreling with.
So the guy didn't jump him?
Whoever started the fight doesn't matter. You can't say self-defense when you are running after someone.
We shouldn't even have the self-defense conversation. It's silly.
Vinnie Blanco is revealing his worst nightmare performing live.
I'm always just like, when's it over?
The host suggests, well, what if Selena goes on tour and you just sit on the side of the stage and wave at people?
When is their wedding, by the way?
They said they're in no rush to get married.
They're both tiny people. I hope they don't have sons, because their sons are going to be so short.
What the hell is that about?
Charlie, you know who you're talking to, a guy on 2 Apple boxes.
Okay, first of all,
Charles is on a filing cabinet, not even an Apple box. Like, it's even worse.
An incredible Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals in Florida. And the best shot of the night goes to the camera guys who kept showing Taylor Swift there. Oh, yeah! Hockey date night for Trav and Tay.
Taylor and Travis have officially invaded the NHL. They were at the Stanley Cup game. They got a little box suite.
It was an amazing game.
Who was it?
Panthers and Oilers.
Yeah, sticks and ice and whatnot. Who cares when these two are there? Sitting in a suite talking to hockey legend Wayne Gretzky, who's a Trump supporter but must be a Swiftie too.
we've never seen her at a hockey game.
I think that they've been in Florida. This is a big event happening in Florida.
They looked like they were having a great time. They were laughing, joking, hugging it up, doing a little PDA in the box.
I had a different take. I feel like there's a little trouble in paradise.
Oh, please tell me more.
Travis is on his phone looking, not engaged with her. And she's like sitting there, like drinking. So then she leans in to see what he's looking at on his phone. And then he starts like sharing with her. But
Where do you get trouble in paradise?
That was delusional that's how she read that video.
Yeah, sticker in the penalty box for relationship interference.
That's the sign of a real relationship when you're just on your phone.
When there wasn't a big crowd around them, he was holding her hand, just like he always does.
I feel like we're all over the place because when we don't see them, we're like, oh, trouble in paradise, they're hiding. And then when we do see them, trouble in paradise.
If you point out our hypocrisy, it's going to be a long day.
So, hope you had fun, Tay and Trav. Now ignore each other for a phone like all couples do. Us out of here.
Coming off their enormous victory in court, Blake and Ryan are out enjoying the sun in New York City, looking great, pushing their stroller, happy as can be. This is, I mean, look, we have different takes on whether they should have won, the situation with Baldoni, the whole thing, but
that would be it'd be premature to celebrate, right? I mean,
This is a big victory.
his lawsuit's over, but she hasn't won her lawsuit against him.
no, but that's really the icing on top, right? What you want to do is get out from under the liability to Baldoni. She is now perceived as the winner. Who wrote this story? Because I want to do the description of the outfit. I'm going to read it in my best Gen Zer. Blake was serving style queen realness in a pastel green sleeveless vest over a white tee and denim shorts, while Ryan flipped it, rocking denim on top and keeping it chill. Oh.
By the way, that seems very accurate to what you're looking at. So what?
Guess we found the writer.
Yeah.
Diddy finally got some celebrity support this morning when a huge star came to court to show some love. Yes, Kanye West showed up and committed his own crime. That outfit! At least it's before Labor Day. So does Ye's presence hurt or help Diddy's case?
Diddy would like to have a celebrity in there.
Yeah, but it's Kanye. That's a bad look for the jury.
He just goes up there and grabs the mic from the judge.
But turns out West, who was greeted outside by Diddy's son Christian, wasn't even allowed in the courtroom to watch. To which he said, Shalom, suckers!
Kanye spent probably a half an hour in the court, so he got in, got the vibes, didn't like the vibes, and then left.
And for the inside scoop, we go to our court reporter on TMZ Live who was in the building at the time. And with a name like Jacob Wasserman, we're sure Kanye was happy to see him.
He was given his own private room, which he was in for about 8 to 10 minutes. And then I assume was like, hey, I didn't come here to be in this private room by myself. I wanted to show face for Diddy and, to the public. And then eventually he left right after.
And speaking of showing face, where was Bianca?
There is a dress code in court, so it's possible that Bianca didn't show up because her outfits are literally nothing.
At least they wouldn't have to wand her down. Either way, it sounds like the whole commotion was much ado about nothing.
So the jurors never saw him, and Diddy never saw him.
No, yeah, so the jurors never saw him.
Well, it's the thought that counts. And the photo op, of course. Better luck next time, yay!
Britney Mahomes, she says that every time she has a baby, she treats it like a competition, and so she tries to beat her previous record.
Every birth I got better. My push time decreased.
So you kept track of that?
Yes, every year I'm like, okay, we got to beat 7 minutes. We got to beat 5 minutes. We got to do it, and we did.
That's impressive.
That's super speed.
I know.
She also revealed she has cannons now, so.
Do we think she got added or just a lift?
She probably, after she had the kid, was probably like, oh, I just want to go in for a little, is that what they call it, mommy makeover?
Did she say she got a boob job? Or are you guys just speculating?
She hasn't said, but I've seen a before and after. You're telling me she didn't get a boob job?
She's had 3 babies.
Yeah, but Siobhan, how much does it change with babies?
I've gone up like at least a cup size or 2.
Oh, I can't even say anything.
You can't say anything, but you did glance down.
Remember that altercation last month involving former NFL player Antonio Brown? Well, he's a wanted man in the state of Florida.
According to an arrest warrant we obtained, Antonio Brown is wanted for attempted second-degree murder with a firearm over that incident that took place at Aiden Ross's boxing event last month. After cops alleged that they have video from outside of this boxing match.
They have video, we have video.
There's a lot of video. It all happened back on May 16th.
Brown gets into an altercation with a man, punches him in the face, allegedly. And then a security guard kind of wrestles with Antonio. And while this wrestling match is taking place, Brown allegedly takes the guard's gun and goes and shoots at the man who he was quarreling with, not once but twice.
And cops say the man was possibly grazed on the neck and had visible injuries. But why wasn't Antonio arrested at the scene? Especially since the video shows him with a gun.
When they patted him down, he had no gun on him. They also said the victim was not present at the scene. The victim had actually left to go to the hospital due to injuries. So they let Brown go, and then the investigation occurred.
But now Antonio Brown puts the AB in APB because there's a warrant.
They want him on $10,000 bond plus home confinement, so as he waits trials.
And it doesn't seem like Antonio can claim self-defense.
But if somebody is jumping you...
Whoever started the fight doesn't matter.
According to police, he stole a gun and chased after him.
You can't say self-defense when you are running after someone.
How long do you get for attempted murder?
5 to 15.
In other words, it's not looking good for Antonio.
I just want to be home on my couch.
Vinnie Blanco is revealing his worst nightmare performing live. So he was on the Hot Hits podcast, and he was asked about his collaborative album with Selena Gomez, I Said I Love You First, and asked, are you gonna go on tour with this?
That's like my worst nightmare. Like anytime I've had to do like SNL or like AMAs, I'm always just like, when's it over? When's it over?
Which tracks is who he is?
He's more a producer and songwriter,
So the host of the podcast suggests, well, what if Selena goes on tour?
And you can sit beside a stage on a couch and just pop out every now and then be like, love it.
Hello.
Well done.
Honestly, not a bad idea, guys.
When is their wedding, by the way?
They said that they're in no rush to get married.
I hope they don't have sons, because their son's going to be so short.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
What was that about? Like, they're both tiny people.
Look how offended he is.
They're genetically girls.
So they shouldn't procreate because...
like a girl, that girl.
Charlie, you know you're talking to a guy on 2 apple box.
Okay, first of all...
Charles is on a filing cabinet, not even an apple box.
Coming up.
Jason Momoa made a surprise appearance at the bungalow with his band. So I actually got to go to this. The benefit of being small is that people feel bad for you at concerts. So the high schoolers in the front saw me trying to like film.
They're like, oh, there's a middle schooler here too.
Plus.
So in the Diddy trial, Jane finished up her testimony talking about a freak-off that she attended that didn't even include Diddy.
Which brought up one of my favorite quotes from the trial. How could you go to another man's freak-off?
Coming up.
Zac Brown sold his Georgia lake house for $3 million.
A house like that in LA is $25 million.
Exactly.
We're in the wrong city.
Be right back.
Warning, warning. Santa Monica, California has just issued an extreme heat advisory because Jason Momoa is rocking out there and it is hot, hot, hot!
Jason Momoa made a surprise appearance at the bungalow last night in Santa Monica.
What?
With his band.
Crazy.
It was awesome. So I actually got to go to this.
How was the band?
He's like okay, but because he's Jason Momoa, he's like, it's like awesome to see him.
Oh yeah, doesn't get much cooler than this. And look, both of his kids with Lisa Bonet were there too. His 16-year-old son performed with him, and so did his 17-year-old daughter. And all of their friends came to watch.
The benefit of being small is that the high schooler turned around and she's like, hey, do you want to go in front of me? I noticed that you're struggling filming.
Hi, girl, you want to come up front?
Hi, is your mommy around?
Laugh all you want, but this tiny lady got some incredible shots. Okay, not that one, but this one. Oh, damn, that's sexy.
Oh. Anyways, it was an awesome thing to be part of.
Bungalow took a little dive.
No, it did not. You just got aged out.
You aged out as well.
No, I don't go there anymore.
We're just telling you you're old.
You know what the best part is? What? I've now aged it. Yeah. It's great.
You were just that creepy guy at the end of the bar.
Always was, always will be. Thanks, Jason. You make the beach even better.
Country singer Zac Brown just sold his Georgia lake house for $3 million. I mean, the place is nice, 7 bedrooms, 5 bath. It's in Cumming, Georgia. He was living here with his wife at the time. Remember, they had a pretty contentious divorce, and so he listed this place.
That's $3 million?
A house like that in LA is $25 million.
Exactly.
You get that boat place for $3 million? We're in the wrong city.
Why is he leaving?
I think new beginnings, man.
Is this the house he kind of wrote the chicken fry song about?
No, because he bought this house in 2020.
What do you mean the chicken fried house?
Just a little bit of chicken fry on a Friday night. A couple beers tastes all right.
Zac Brown doesn't sing that song.
Zac Brown does sing that song.
Zac the Brown Band.
That was like a me comment.
Diddy's ex-girlfriend, who's going by the name of Jane, has finished her testimony and in doing so provided a quote from the mogul that will live through the ages.
How could you go to another man's freak-off?
We're paraphrasing just a smidge, but that's the general vibe, yes. Someone splain!
So in the Diddy trial, Jane finished up her testimony yesterday in an explosive way, talking about a freak-off that she attended that didn't even include Diddy. She testified that back in January of 2024, she flew with a famous rapper who is unnamed, and there was a freak-off going on that she observed at this sex event in Vegas.
She didn't actually participate in this one. She just got to be a spectator.
Jane says that at the Vegas sex party, she saw someone named Anton who was a regular at Diddy's freak-offs.
Cut to June, she has this explosive fight with Diddy, and then they're in the makeup part of this large fight. They're lying in bed.
So what does makeup sex look like for Diddy?
Yeah, Diddy's makeup sex is her with another man.
Yes, because Diddy wanted to call Anton over so he could watch Jane sexify him.
So he grabs her phone to sort of contact Anton, and he's looking through her phone, and he finds out about what happened in January with the famous rapper.
He sees a text between Jane and Anton, so she tells him the whole thing that happened in Vegas, and he's very upset about it.
Which brings us back to that now immortal Diddy quote.
How could you go to another man's freak off?
He feels betrayal that she attended a freak off.
But she didn't have sex with anyone.
No different than going to a strip club.
Well, there is no sex in the champagne
There
room.
is no sex in the champagne room.
There is no sex in the champagne.
We'll take your gross word for it. More Diddy trial next week, everybody.
Let's chat. You look fantastic. Thank you. So this
Teen Mom star Janelle Evans had the most epic divorce party ever.
She's divorcing David Eason finally?
So she separated from David Eason about a year ago, and it's not finalized.
I'm just waiting for the judge to sign the paperwork.
But she's clearly moving on.
So what brings you to New York?
My divorce party. I'm partying at Rhino, Spearmint Rhino.
No.
And it was great. She had a piñata with his face on it, and of course she hit it.
You do realize, like, when guys see this, like when girls do this, you just look at it like, thank God I'm not with her.
I think we're all rallying around Janelle for finally leaving this dog killer.
He's a scumbag, I will say that.
And justice for Nugget.
Yeah, but do you not find it weird to make a piñata of someone's face? It's like, move on.
No, I think she's moving on.
What's inside the piñata when you like crack it open?
Yeah, what happened when they cracked it?
I think it was money, actually.
Oh, it was money?
Oh, it's for the strippers.
Whoa, some piñatas have money in them?
Well, at strip clubs they do.
Every party I've been to, it's like candy.
Ciao.
Coming up.
Kate Beckinsale is suing the producers of her film Canary Black. She's like a spy.
CIA operative.
She said she was pressured into performing unsafe action sequences.
If you're a spy, though, you're gonna have to do action scenes. Did she not know what she was signing up for?
Kate Beckinsale is definitely not Tom Cruise, and she just filed a lawsuit to prove it. She's suing the producers of her film Canary Black. She's like a spy.
CIA operative.
She's saying that she was forced into doing some of her own stunts that she didn't want to do because she had a meniscus tear. Her doctor said you shouldn't be doing any stunts, you shouldn't be running, you shouldn't be kicking. Production shut down for a month.
Wow.
She came back, and they were like, all right, we gotta keep doing
gotta
this.
get this thing done,
Yeah.
right.
She said she was pressured into performing unsafe action sequences, which hurt her knee more. She called it dangerous and unsafe conditions, inadequate equipment, lack of medical personnel, unsafe.
If you're a spy, though, you're gonna have to do action scenes.
Yeah.
Did she not know what she was signing up
She's
for?
suing for negligence and intentional infliction of emotional distress and battery.
Wow.
It's pretty hardcore.
This is hard though. It's an action movie. I'm reading about it. It's like a hardcore action movie.
Now I want to see the movie, actually.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Did you watch it?
I'll tell you, the husband did it.
Taking it off my list right now.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Coming up.
Peter Facinelli's daughter, Luca, found him on Raya.
Their daughter is in her 20s.
Right now, she's 27.
I think you do the age range down to 27, no matter how old you are.
You like to keep your options open.
Peter Facinelli's daughter, Luca, found him on Raya.
Ooh, wait, how old is his daughter?
Okay, so on his ex-wife Jenny Garth's podcast, she told this story about how she found out that Peter was on Raya.
My ex-husband Peter I was told was on Raya, and his age, whatever range that he was looking for, was also the age range of his oldest daughter. So she came across him on her thing.
Their daughter is in her 20s.
Right now, she's 27. We don't know when exactly this story happened. She didn't go into it that deeply.
I think you do the age range down to 27, no matter how old you are.
You like to keep your options open.
You have the date. Yeah.
Not if your daughter's that age.
Why did the daughter have her age range so high?
Set so high, right.
That's where the money is.
She was looking for a daddy and she found one. Like.